Thanks for joining me. My name is Elysabeth Alfano. In addition to the Fear Noir Chicago TV show on WTTW, look for 2 episodes a month on fearnoirchicago.com and come with me as I go behind the scenes to check out all that's being made and get into the hearts and minds and souls of Chicago's artists. Today, I'll be following around photojournalist Chuck Osgood as he hunts for the most unique and distinctive characters in the city. You've been a professional photographer now for about 40 years?
Oh, at least, yes.
Yes, and so how did you and Rick Cogan come to work together on the Sidewalks column with the Tribune?
He had this idea of doing this column because getting out on the street and finding your own stories is kind of like a thing of the past, and he wanted to bring that back. So he came up with the idea of the column, and he came to me and he said, you know, do I want to do it? And I said, are you kidding me? That is like, it couldn't be better than that.
Gold for you.
Gold.
So what are you going to be shooting today?
There is this wonderful little tiny place, bakery, called Hoosier Mama.
And so how do you decide on the subject matter that you're going to cover?
We don't know. I mean, we get it different ways. What's cool about our job is that it forces us to find out things. Because everybody drives around and says, I wonder what that building is, or
yes.
Oh, that's kind of odd. I wonder. But we see things that are unusual, that are odd, and this is our license to find out. That's what I like about it. Every day is different. You don't know what. I mean, sometimes you know in advance if you're going to cover something, so you have an idea. But sometimes you just walk down the street and see something, go to work. Well, like actually, Hoosier Mama is perfect.
Yes, I love it here.
It's like a closet.
Yes.
And it's a closet that produces the greatest pies.
Yes. And how did you find Hoosier Mama? I mean, you could walk right by it and not know it.
I was in the area and I was trying to kill time, and I was driving down Chicago Avenue and I looked over and I still can't believe I actually saw it because it's so
tiny. Yes.
I like the name. I mean, Hoosier Mama, what's not to like about it?
Yeah. So really for you then, the city streets are your studio. I mean, you create sort of as you walk and discover and hunt on the city. Right.
But, you know, I've got the habit now, so it doesn't matter if I'm in Chicago or Southern Illinois or Michigan or Wisconsin. I mean, I still see things I want to do a story on.
So do you carry your camera with you everywhere?
Oh, yeah.
So you talk about finding these stories, these diamonds in a rough, these things that no one else has. Do you consider yourself a scavenger?
I love that term, and I love doing it. I love going down backcountry roads.
Right.
I love going through small towns.
Right.
And discovering things there,
right.
As opposed to superhighways. To me, that's what a vacation is. It's the process of getting. You want to have a goal, destination where you're going.
Yes.
But it's as fun to get there as being there.
And that's where all the real stories are, living behind the sort of perfect highway.
Yeah, I like that. Can I use that?
You can use that. Yes, you can use that. What do you think makes a good photograph? What are you looking for in a photograph that makes it good?
Composition, content, emotion. Sometimes if it's a news photograph. The best course I ever took for composition was an art history course in Renaissance art, which I never had any interest in, and I had to take it because it was the only class available at the time.
And that's where you think you got your sense of what composes a good photograph.
Absolutely. I had this guy, this crazy teacher, who talked, look at the drapery on this gown, look how the folds come down and the eye comes up around, you know, it was like, oh, really? That's how it works.
So I wonder if you ever feel that you miss a picture because you're so busy taking the picture that you don't get to experience it in full.
I don't feel that way at all because there are an infinite number of moments, and you know, so you're definitely going to miss some, but you're going to get what you're going to get.
What do you think it is that photographers have that the rest of us don't have? Because when I do decide to take pictures, I don't capture anything.
Anybody that loves to shoot can be a photographer if they spend enough time at it. I think it's like anything, you gotta love what you do.
Right. Is a photograph a moment captured in time, or is it a story? Is it in itself a story?
It could be anything, but for me, for this, it's a story. You know,
a story.
For Sidewalks, it's a story. Because you can have a beautifully composed photograph of a still life or something, but you know, is it an interesting story?
There's an artist and a creative spirit around every corner and in a few kitchens. Join me on the next episode at FearNoirChicago.com as we get into the unique and fascinating world of the independent artist. I think of Rick Hogan as the city's MC, sort of MC for the entire city, really.
Perfect. Remember
I've heard of it.
Okay, yeah. So long before your time.
Right, exactly.
On the way home, I heard my story. I get goosebumps now just thinking about it. I heard my story and I was hooked.
Well, today, did you know you'd be eating pie?
I did.
How long can we withhold ourselves? I think it's time to dig in.
Are you going to have any?
Oh, yes.
Wait, I thought
Bring back that pie.
Okay.
You really have a great job.
Yeah, I think I'll just do a story on this every week.
Okay, what do you do?
Hoosier Mama.
That was right.